All right, my beloved, I welcome you, beautiful souls, and I feel blessed that you are with me in this session of this what we call the bliss session, which is one of the short half-hour sessions that we as healers of the Institute of Energetics are so blessed to share with the public, with members. And if you have the opportunity to see this, listen to it, partake in it, and participate in this, and are not a member yet, consider becoming a member, because we have so many amazing healers in our community of the healers, really a global community, the Institute of Energetics. It's about energy healing. And I want to talk a little bit today about not only what energy is, but how it even came about. And I want you to get into a comfortable position, somewhere where you can just connect with your inner self, with your most beautiful, powerful, so often not recognized as all loving, all embracing, and perfect self, your soul self. Okay, so close your eyes if that's comfortable for you for a moment, and connect with your breath. Breathe in slowly, taking a deep breath and exhale gently. And keep it going with a slightly deeper inhalation, and maybe holding your breath for 2 seconds or so. Allow your body to release the breath softly, and feel how your body softens with every exhalation. And today I want to take you on a little trip far back into time, 3.5 billion before humans, before there was an ocean even brimming with life on our beautiful Gaia, on our earth, before there were you and me, and we were just stardust, water, light, and tiny miracles, cosmos waiting for their opportunity. So life on Earth began of the primordial oceans. At first, our young planet had no free oxygen to breathe. Instead, ancient single-celled life forms, tiny blue-green algae called cyanobacteria, began to harness sunlight, the sun was already shining, and carbon dioxide through photosynthesis. Of course, you know that this is how the exchange happens. But there was a time when that didn't exist, when it only was born in the primordial ocean. But when that happened, there was a byproduct that was released, and it was oxygen. So for millions of years, those tiny creatures in the oceans, into the oceans and into the atmosphere, little parts of oxygen, and it transformed the Earth into a living and breathing planet. So you and I, every inhale we take is actually an ancient gift from the stars, the oceans, and these early, tiny life givers. Just be aware of this incredible gift that happened billion, 3.5 billion years ago. And it is still that oxygen, of course, developed, but it is still the same ocean. It is still the same atmosphere. Just more, more life expanded or developed and expanded. But the first essence, what really made it possible for life to start and to develop, happened that early ago. So maybe place your hands on your heart right now and feel the breath you are taking. Maybe for the first time, not only thinking it's your breath, but where that breath came from, how ancient it is. And imagine every molecule of oxygen as a message from the universe, as a message from the stars, a note of life sung into the earth, into the oceans, and into your blood, because that's where we all came from. So your body is a healer. Oxygen is not just air, it's fuel for your cells. It powers your brain, it repairs tissue, and helps create energy in every cell's tiny power station. They are called mitochondria. They are like little batteries, and every cell has many, many of those. So when you breathe deeply and fully, that incredible exchange happens. You take in oxygen. You help your body cleanse, regenerate, and heal. And you exhale something that we are going to discover right now. Of course, you may know it, but become aware of it in a different way. Because oxygen alone is not enough. It's carbon dioxide that you exhale that is just as important. And without carbon dioxide, your body cannot properly absorb oxygen into the cells. So when we exhale carbon dioxide, we are not just releasing waste. We are balancing an exchange that keeps our blood pH stable and our cells nourished. So with your next inhale, feel it. Feel that next inhale where you take the oxygen that is all around you in the air. How you take it in, and when you exhale, know that you bless the earth with your exhalation, because it carries carbon dioxide, which the plant kingdom loves and thrives on, while releasing what makes your next breath of oxygen possible. So this is this beautiful rhythm, in and out, a beautiful cycle. So very often we are not aware of that. And I think it is beautiful to become aware of that incredible miracle that the universe, that source, that God has bestowed to us. And comes really the power of sound and the low frequencies. Now let us weave in the sound, because sound is just something we hear. It's vibration, it's frequency, it's movement, it's even color. And our bodies are approximately 70%. When we are very young, maybe it's 80%, but as we get older, it's get a little bit less, but at least we are 70% of water. So we are water, basically. And sound vibrates, and water in the water, and it creates a ripple effect, a vibration, and it has a tremendous effect on our well-being. So it makes an ideal conductor for vibration. Lower frequencies, for example, the hums, the soothing tones, the drummings, they really help our blood vessels, improving circulation, therefore the delivery of oxygen into the blood, and also, and the dioxide is how the oxygen gets released and available for our cells to take in. So certain sounds increase nitric oxide, and that is created when you exhale through your, it's created in the cavity. And when you exhale through your nose, your blood vessels enhance the flow of oxygen throughout the body. What really an interesting discovery about music and why we love music. Most everybody loves music, but we all have our likes and not so much likes. But usually when we hear the lower sounds, the drumming, the lower vibrations of sound, we find it comforting. It reminds us of being in touch with ourselves, grounding. And what is interesting about classical music, because they always said classical music is so beneficial for the body, and it is, because it's harmony. And and newer studies now have discovered that the more popular music with the lower bass tones are really increasing nitric oxide in our body, which means the availability of oxygen into our in our cells and tissues is increased, which means the oxygen, the availability for the blood to uptake the oxygen and carry it in our bloodstream is improved up, I think up to 25-30%. That's incredible. So those lower bass tones have a great positive effect on your blood. And even though I still love to listen to Mozart and Beethoven and Brahms and others, but knowing this made me aware that we have our voice that can actually be engaged in our own, or facilitate that uptake of oxygen in our blood. For example, when we hum, when we chant, or listen to low, soothing sounds, we are giving ourselves more oxygen-enriched blood. A measurable increase in nitric oxide, the carrier of oxygen into your tissues. And through the vibrations of those low tones, they provide also almost like a massage, inviting more life, because everything is movement. And if movement is not there anymore, that means life is not possible. Everything is movement, frequency is movement. So maybe reflect on this for a moment and think about, what is your favorite calming sound? Maybe ocean waves, or a deep drum, or your own voice humming. Just become aware, what is it? And advanced frequency medicine really reveals that every color and every sound carries a unique vibration. For example, red light, we know from the spectrum that red light, the lower spectrum, so it has a slower vibration. And that's maybe why it is so healing, because it penetrates deeply into our tissue and stimulates cellular repair. Frequency red light has many healing benefits. It is also actually generated constantly by your own body. Your own body generates red light frequencies constantly. So the therapeutic red light frequencies, the far infrared light, the near infrared lights, they have healing qualities. But then there are the others. The blue and green light waves are higher, but they are more cooling and soothing inflammation, for example. Frequencies are really visible and very powerful. They can profoundly affect and rewire your nervous system. And we know that when we hear music, it either stimulates us and stimulates our sympathetic nervous system. Then we want to jump up and dance and do vigorous movements, or that calms us down and is very soothing, realigning the nervous system and stimulating healing at a cellular level. And for that, not the sympathetic, the parasympathetic nervous system needs to be stimulated, and it is stimulated by the low tones, vibrations. So the ancient truth and modern science are really meeting by so much of the new discoveries through science. So we already know that everything is frequency. So you are a symphony of frequencies. And when you align with harmonious vibrations such as music, color, voice, your body remembers how to heal itself. This is the miracle. It's the intrinsic intelligence of your body that knows how to come into resonance. Its internal harmony, its most perfect state of rejuvenation, renewal, and healing. So I want to pause for a moment here and reflect. So visualize your body for a moment as a field of color and sound. And when you want to visualize that, and you can visualize it as the rainbow or whatever colors come to you when you visualize that. But then ask your body, what colors do you want? Because with colors, as we just learned, there is a sound to the color as well. And what is the color that would soothe your body right now? Maybe let's put this into practice with a simple humming exercise. That humming exercise that we are going to do in a moment will actually oxygenate, bring more oxygen into your blood. It will calm your mind, and it will align and tune your body. So you have this healing tool right with you. So if you want to do this with open eyes or closed eyes, that doesn't really matter. Just maybe sit up tall so you open your breathing and your sound, because it's right here in your throat. Your throat chakra is where your sound is generated. So I want you to take a slow breath in through your nose. And when you exhale, just let a soft hum, maybe just like a bumblebee, be accompanied by that exhalation, like whatever sound you want to make. And it can be a low sound or a higher sound. But as we just learned, the lower sound are actually what activates the nitric oxide and the uptake of more oxygen in our blood. So let's do it again, and this time maybe feel the vibration within your body, maybe on your lips, maybe in your face, maybe you vibrate, or the resonance you feel in your chest or throughout your body. And do this for a few rounds and notice where in your body you feel it the most. So let's do it together. Inhale deeply and then hum softly. So find your, don't listen to me and try to, to do what I do. Just find your own hum. So do it again. Where do you feel it? In your throat, in your chest, in your head? Does it relax you? Does it soothe you? Do you feel more expansion happening? And I would recommend, if you go through your day and maybe take a couple of minutes a day to just hum, or for longer, hum a melody. It doesn't have to be just one tone, but maybe hum a melody. Whatever, hum something. It doesn't need to be beautiful or perfect. Just hum it for your own purpose, to allow your body to receive that vibration, that sound, because it's a gift to yourself. And then thank your body for being this miraculous symphony of stardust, oxygen, carbon dioxide, sound, and light. Your body is the entire universe. Yes. Can you believe it? We forget this. Your body is the universe. So I would love for you, if you remember today, that you are not separate from the universe, not separate from the stars. You carry breath and their music within you. So I want to close this session with a little blessing of breath and what we have done right now, addressing the breath. Beloved breath, wise and ancient, may I remember the hidden miracles you carry. When I breathe through my nose, my body creates a gentle molecule called nitric oxide, a tiny messenger that tells my airways to open wider, my blood vessels to soften, my cells to receive more oxygen. Life. Because when I hum, my whole head becomes a temple of vibration, and I support nitric oxide to flow even more. So humming is my body's language, my secret song. It turns my breath into sacred medicine, supporting deep healing. It opens doorways into my lungs, so every bit of oxygen can reach deep into my blood. As I hum, I heal. As I hum, I calm my mind. As I hum, I become the sound of my own renewal. So may I remember carbon dioxide leaves when I exhale. May I remember this and bless it, carrying away what my body no longer needs, but also blessing the earth with what others need, like the plants, the trees. That's what they inhale. And then they exhale the oxygen we use for our body. So inhale, exhale. Hum your gentle note. May your breath and your sound bring you back home to your radiant living self. Beloved breath, keeper of my life, messengers of the stars and the oceans, I thank you for carrying the ancient gift of oxygen into every cell of my being. May I remember that with every inhale, I receive life, and with every exhale, I release life back. A perfect cycle, a holy. May I let go, relax, and open the doors for my next breath, and the next, and the next, so that my body knows how to heal, how to repair, how to renew itself again and again with every breath. May my breath be slow, soft, and sacred. May my nose guide it gently inward, keeping the balance that my body loves and thrives in. And may each breath remind me, I am made of stars. I am made of light. I am made of oceans, ancient and ever new. I am made of song. I am made of sound, of color, and the frequency of love itself. And I am forever alive. I am that I am. So it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you for being here with me today, dear ones. May your breath, your sound, and your multidimensional self continue to sing your whole beautiful song. And so it is. So I hope you have a deeper awareness of how beautiful and powerful you are. And you don't need anything but the awareness of yourself, your breath. Yes, you are enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you.